Credit to Texas Tech coming in here and especially in that second half, coming out and with the fire and tenacity to grind out this game and what quite the turn of events from going, us going up 16 that first half to being down 13 there late. So we kind of did the same thing to Kansas State, a 29-point turnaround last week. So credit to them. They made shots and they're a good basketball team, but we got to do a better job. I told the guys in there in the locker room it's hard to beat anybody when they get 16 more shots than you do, and off our turnovers they had 16 points off our 14 turnovers. So we got to do a better job taking care of the ball and getting something good on each and every possession and figuring out ways to get stops to win games in this league.
So, Josh, sort of, we asked the players a little bit in terms of the difference after your start and then what they started hitting shots. What was the difference there?
We made some really tough shots early, and I wouldn't say they were good, clean looks, but sometimes it's a little bit fool's gold when you make tough shots early, and so you kind of get a confidence that's kind of a false confidence, so to speak. So you worry about that as a coach when hard shots are falling early and you get a lead and maybe you get a little bit comfortable. But they battled back and I burned through every timeout early trying to shut those runs down, those mini runs, and we just couldn't get into a groove defensively. We certainly struggled with that ram ball screen and trying to weak that at the top. So they were getting a lot of really good looks out of it. But credit to them. I mean, they knocked them down, but we got to be able to understand. We got to value possessions better. We got to do a much better job. And I was really pleasantly surprised with how we handled Kansas State. With that comeback, we only had 6 turnovers the entire game, and then tonight you turn it over 14 times, which that's not as bad as the number when they score 16 off those 14, and so they're a slower paced team, but they saw opportunities in the second half to really push the pace and get downhill and take advantage of the open floor, and they converted, and they got some extra shots there that really helped them on their run. But like I said, anytime somebody comes in, makes 13 threes and gets 16 more shots than you, good luck. I mean, it's going to be a struggle to win that one.
Coach, and Texas Tech's run, specifically in the second half, do you think they got too many open looks?
Yeah, there's 4 or 5 of them that are just crazy open. It was demoralizing how open they were, and some of that's overhelp. I was really worried about, Kerwin Walton, but he was only 1 for 4, and I knew Chance McMillan was capable of going off like that. But, he seemed like every time he let it go, I felt like it was going in. So it was coming clean off his hands. So, they spread it around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, making threes out there. So, they're kind of like whack-a-mole, sometimes with Texas Tech when they're so balanced, you knock one down and you plug that hole and somebody else pops up and competes and gets an easy bucket. So they're a really balanced team. They compete and Joe came in here and did his thing and they were the better team tonight.
I was going to ask you, did you get a moment to talk with Toussaint?
I didn't get much time. I've always respected Joe and great kid from a great family. And wish he's still here playing with the, old gold and blue.
What's it like preparing for a player that you've coached before to play against them now?
They can go a lot of different ways, especially the emotions of coming back here. And we know his game, and we're trying to do everything we could to keep him out of the paint. And we mix and matched our ball screen coverage with, certain guys, which we haven't done a lot this year. So it affects the backside of the defense in terms of your help side, and when you do that. So, but that middle ball screen, that flat ball screen, was giving us problems all night long.
Looked like Jesse was more under control, more balanced, like you wanted him to be, than he was at Kansas State. You feel like he adjusted, did what you wanted?
Yeah, yeah, and you know they tried. To their credit, the guys were trying to get him a ball late, but you know when you really think through these things, is you know you play the numbers game. If he touches the ball there late, they're going to foul. They're going to foul, and the guys don't really. We kind of had to explain that the next time out. It's like. You know, we started doing that at the 9-minute mark at Kansas State. You know, there's a couple guys on the floor that were, you know, minus 50%, you know, under 50% from the free throw line. And so when they come up empty and it's almost go 0 for 2 from the line, it's just like a turnover. So, yeah, that hurts that, you know, he's struggling with that wrist and that tape and not be able to knock things down because I'd love to go to him more, especially when you're trying to stop the bleeding on some of these runs.
Anything else for Coach?
Kobe had 8 points tonight and hit a 3 early whenever you all jumped out to that lead. What does it do for you all whenever he is more efficient scoring, especially from beyond the arc?
Yeah, that's very helpful. I mean, when you got another guard out there making shots, you know, 2 for 3, that's great. And I even tried to go to him 2 or 3 times in the post, and he's usually really effective down there. And he kind of forced the issue a couple times when he just could have used the backboard. So, you know, he left several on the table, and he'll admit that too. So he probably should have had, you know, 14 points at minimum. And we had an advantage down there low as well, but. You know, he was good for us, and that's what we need to be. We need to be a balanced scoring team.